Now that we've discussed some of the web hacks and attacks that are out there, let's look at some of the tools that are available to a hacker to see how they could use them against a web server and a website. There's several tools out there, and we're going to cover a few of these. We're not going to cover all of them, but there are basically some tools out there that will let you do what you need to do in terms of footprinting a web server, enumerating it, and then hacking it. And we're going to look at a few of those over the next two sessions. A couple that we'll look at are Netcraft, which basically is a web-based tool where you can enumerate and footprint a web server or a website, and you can also then take HTTrack and download the entire site so you can look at it more closely offline. Maybe you can alter it and upload it back to either the original site if you can, or to a bogus site, and then trick users to going to that site instead. Now, we've looked at Nmap and Nessus, of course, and those can be used to footprint and enumerate a particular website. They can also be used to get vulnerability information as well. And some other tools out there are IDServe, Burp Suite, and Brutus. So let's go ahead and take a look at a few of these tools right now. The first tool we're going to look at is Netcraft. And Netcraft is on the internet, and you can use it to look at websites and get information about them, footprint them, and get vulnerability information from them sometimes, or just simply enumerate them. Now, Netcraft also has a toolbar you can download for Firefox and some of the other browsers, and when you do that, you can use it for internal servers as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at a particular site. Let's do VTC.com, and we're just going to see some of the things that Netcraft can show us on the VTC.com site. And some of the things we see basically are some of the things we may have seen earlier when we footprint and enumerate the VTC.com organization. But there are some things here, obviously, that we might get out of it. And here's VTC.com right here. And there's a site report we can take a look at. Now you can look at the site itself. Let's go back to Netcraft. Let's look at the site report here. And this is Netcraft's site report for VTC.com. So it gives you information about the site title, its ranking, language, how long it's been up, and so forth. But it can give you information about the network itself. The IP address, who owns the domain, who's registered it, what country it resides in, its name servers, and so forth. And we know that it uses Amazon US East data center. And here's the NetBlock owner here. We can also see what the OS and web server look like. And there is a security risk rating that Netcraft can give you. And right now there are no risks for this particular website. The site technology that it may use. And some of this information may not be information you could use to attack a site, but it just may be helpful to know how the site is set up. It talks about the different technologies in use, the client-side technologies that you could use with it, and so forth. So that's Netcraft. And again, basically it can give you some information on the website itself. And there's other sites as well that can give you some similar information, and probably you could use a couple of these tools to get different kinds of information from the website. One of the things we're going to use over the next couple of sessions is a downloadable web application, web server called badstore.net. And Badstore is meant to be insecure. And the premise of it is that you can use attacking tools to attack badstore.net and see how vulnerabilities actually work and see how poor coding techniques can contribute to bad web servers and bad web applications. So this is another tool we're actually going to use other tools against it as well over the next couple of sessions. And basically you download badstore.net from the web. It's an ISO you can create a CD and boot a computer off of, or you can do like I've done and place it in a VM. And I'm accessing it from the web browser right now. It's on an IP address of 192.168.163.145. So we're going to use a couple of tools coming up on badstore.net. So those are the two tools for this segment, Netcraft, which we could use to look at internet sites, and Badstore, an introduction to Badstore that I'm going to take you through over the next couple of sessions.